Oh, um, yeah. I told you, I showed you those pay for sound, the sound clip sites. Uh, yeah, no, they work a few ways. If you just want one or two sounds, pure animation or for whatever it is, you just buy them, $5 each, $10, done. Okay. If you're um, if you're doing a project and you figure, look, I might need 20 or 30, then you might consider buying a 1 month subscription, or better, probably an annual subscription for $100. That way, each one is about $2 or $3, so it's a bit cheaper, and you've got the volume and you've got the time to to add them as you go. Uh, the other alternative is one I use for images. You can get 12 images for $70. Okay, so they work out to be $3 or $4 each. But I figured, like 12 images should do for the project that I'm working on. Sometimes I get two projects out of 12 images. They are the three ways. What you're also suggesting is doing it yourself. That's a little bit like building a house with a nail and using a rock, bang, 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 to drive the nail in. You can do it, and it works. Better off getting a hammer. Better tool for the job. But that's how that's how it works with images. The deals. Yeah, so you either get a you know and with images, yeah, you've got people like graphic designers and things. They'd download thousands of images, as many as they could, and they'd categorize and everything else. But you don't need to do that. It's you're not going into the business of I don't know whether they do that with sound. There'd probably be people, like graphic designers for sound, who put things together. But yeah, you're going to be flat out doing two or three animations a year if you're lucky. So, but yeah, you would have once you got your business up and running, yeah, it'd be $100 expense a year. It's very cheap. You just go to one source and you've got all of your sound bites there, and you'd use them for your animations. Yeah, so you don't have to think about getting tennis balls and making sounds and none of that. No, that's the rock. There's a nail. Bang, bang, bang. Oh shit! I hurt my finger. Yeah, it's miserable. Yeah, but you're still at the very early stages of this where you try and do everything for nothing. Get it all for free. Yeah, we all start off there. Yeah, I was there once. Yeah, and Sue tried to keep it going all the way through. Oh, fucking hell. And it's I see that she couldn't even understand why I wanted to work with somebody, and and it's like I said, it's hard enough with you, believe it or not. But see, she'd be there, she'd watch, and and she'd hear all the emotion and talk too close to it. So I'd show her something, and and so we have a fight about it. I didn't want to fight with my wife that much. At least I can't fight with you, but I mean, you react to certain ways. Like, oh, this is a great reaction that was. Um, but I'm sort of learning not to listen to you as much, because otherwise I just end up in the same position I did with her. Um, so I've got to uh, uh, because unfortunately some of the same as Sue, very quick with a statement, and there's no consideration of what I was trying to do. So and it just hits. Sorry, I've tried to explain it before, and I'm not going to try again. Um, Sue didn't get it. I don't think you will either. I'm not saying that you just don't get it for whatever reason. And I think it's simple. But maybe it's not. I don't know. But anyway, the whole the whole thing. What I was trying to do with that button was options. This is the way I look at it. There are options. Okay, I can go in and fiddle around with the code and that sort of thing. I just don't feel like it. My computer's slow. I'm trying to do this, trying to do that. No, I just don't feel like anymore. It's too much. Um, yeah, so I just thought maybe if I just bought a button for $3 and that put that up, and that was simple, it'll do it. So you had a look at it, didn't like it, and I thought, okay, fuck it. So then I've got to go and find out how to change it. I don't think it'll prove to be as hard as I thought. Yeah, it's all there, but I just my idea was I thought it was too small. Um, I thought it was uh, uh, yeah, but I mean, you should see my bloody screen. It's got that many different. Yeah, there's a way to do it. and I'm spending my life fine, but I just thought it'd be quicker. So that's what, I would have liked, if you acknowledge, so what are you trying to do here? And I say, trying to speed it up. Okay, well, it didn't actually work that well for me because it was, okay, fair enough, so I have to go the long way. Yeah, well, probably. I mean, try it by all means, but that's just how it hit me. Yeah, it could probably be bigger. Yeah, right. And I could have done it that way. But I've just got to sort of, there's no point in trying to tell you what your approach is wrong. I tried with Sue, it just never worked. She just never could understand. Um, but so I try to, I went through this whole thing of, like, no, try and lift the person up. Yeah, I know it's negative, but how do you lift them up at the same time? So think about the person as much as the product that they're making, in that way. Um, and not most people, well, they'll focus on the product and be very critical of the person. So you cop it both ways. What I try to say is, oh, come on, boom. Really, for if you want to enjoy making projects, have a whole, don't have to hand make everything yourself. I mean, I can hear the misery coming over as it is. It's just awful. But, if you had a whole suite of tools there, just go, yeah, it's easy, Bob. I just put this there. Yeah, it sounds good. Yeah, it sounds great, Bob. This is what I'm doing with here. It's everything. I used to have to do what you're doing. Once upon a time, they're awful. That's why I say it's great, isn't it? It sounds good. A WordPress, it's all the tools are there. Just put it together. It looks okay. Yeah, oh, the buttons a bit big. Oh, okay, fuck, I'll have to. And that used to be nothing. You actually had to code the whole web page yourself. You had to have coding skills. Even changing an HTML code. Oh my Godfather. These things are just beautiful. Simple. Anyone can do it. Not just anybody, I suppose, but I mean, with basic skills. Yeah. So that's but that's how those systems work. Yeah, you can buy. You don't sit there and because it's shit, it's cheap. I'll just get them all. Because you never go back to them. You never find them again. Um, you look at it, like a manager, and you think, no, I'm going to, I'll have 2 projects a year, so that'll be $50 for each project. Or, I need, I reckon I have maybe 5 or 6 sound bites for this animation, so therefore I'll see if I can buy some sort of deal where I get 6 or 7 sound bites for so many dollars, and I'll do it when I need them. That's how you plan it. But I think you really are trying to do everything for nothing. It used to happen in 1992. Those days are finished long ago. No, we buy services these days. I'd say even Paper Trail, I said, oh, it's just 1 cent, how easy is it going to be to cover the costs? Truth is, it's 30 cents per transaction for PayPal. And it's probably going to be other costs there as well. It'll be a skinny margin in the end if it works. Yeah, so, but I've invested a whole month and a few bucks in it, so, and I've had a good time doing it. And it's given me a break from accounting. But I don't pretend. Phyllis used to talk about. Oh no, it was a matter of honour to her. She never ever spent anything on the internet, and it'd be like saying, I never spend anything in the economy, and people would say, "Great, what are you doing here? We've all got jobs. We need you to spend your money so we can get paid." It's this economy is working same as the old economy. Yeah, we buy things. And yeah, look, if you can't afford to buy things, work for somebody. Online, you can work for me. Even if if you just needed a couple of thingos, $10, you say, "Oh, Bob will do an hour's work for you down the track." Yeah, righto. And it'd be $10 paid in advance. What's wrong with that? That if you wanted to do it that way. Yeah, you just pay, like hours work here, hours work there. I'm not talking about 40 hours a week. You don't have to go to that option of, oh, no, why? Who said? Yeah, no, you earn money on here as well. And not just like Indie does it, sex. And it's fucking boring. Yeah, sex, and then the next thing is, oh, data input. Oh, boring. Just what I offer is not data input or sex. There'd be jobs I'm sick of doing it, to be honest. I'm just fucking sick of it. It's just, it's everything's a hassle. Even as easy as it is, I've got to put a bigger PayPal thing in. Yeah, you know, someone could do that. I could show them how to do that. It's using Google. It's how well you can use Google, and also, balancing, free versus pay, and budgeting for a project, and that way you give your life a lift, if otherwise, so serious, just bring you down. It was just miserable. Everything was cheap and free, and no, we did that because I'd say, I'll get someone to do, and I look over our marketing and something. She'd say, no, but that's what we do. Oh yeah, so we can get it started, but I wouldn't say it's tip-top, highly professional thing. No, but why should we pay for that? She didn't even know why you should pay for a bloody business, for a franchise or something. Why are you going to pay all that money? Because the alternative is it takes you 20 years to get to the same place, um, and that's always speed and comfort. The more you pay, the quicker it goes. Oh, it can go the other way. It can go, you spend too much. But yeah, that $3 button could have saved me a day. Could have worked. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But it's all about. It's a sliding scale, slider. Slide it up this way, that way, that way. Yeah, you go to them too cheap. Yeah, we expect misery. That's what happened with the business with me. It was miserable all the way through, and then at the end of it, Sue just said, "Here, have a big load of misery. Why not double up? I'll get social services to help me make it even more miserable for you." So don't think just because it's miserable, it's going to make the end even better. No, it's probably, the chances are it'll be just really welling up more and more misery, so the end will be even more miserable. Yeah. So can you see the point? If Paper Trail doesn't work, well, it hasn't cost me a lot of money. It's been a bit of fun, so I got something out of it already. And if it doesn't work, well, it's okay. But if it was miserable the whole way through and then it didn't work, it's like, I think I was going to kill myself. See the difference? Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So I just thought I'd tell you that. That's a lot. It gives you a lift. You think, oh, beauty! Now I've got $100 worth. I've got all my sounds taken care of. There'll be music as well somewhere. Then you go, no, I've got my music, so I don't have to worry. I don't have to sit here panicking about that. I've got all of that there. I've got, just like a man in a shed. I've got all my screwdrivers here, all my spanners there, all my different hammers here. I've got everything I need. I can do anything, and you feel good. The way you're doing it, yeah, he's got a rock sitting there. Bad luck if he wants to unscrew something with a rock. Maybe you could chisel it down, spend a month or two just... Why? Anyway, I'm going. I've got work to do. Bye.